निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवत्युत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांता स्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधरा श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय। श्रीमद् भगवद गीता एज इट इज की जय। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। सामवेद गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। वांछा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिंधुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Welcome to today's session of Srimad Bhagavatam for all. Let us recite Bhagavad Gita Shloka. Does anyone need to go first? Okay, then we'll just go in order. Achintadev Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Mata, accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. All glories to the assembled devotees.
Please accept my humble obeisances, Prabhuji. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Srimad Bhagavad Gita, as it is, chapter 9, text 25. Please chant after me. Yanti deva vrata devan
Yanti Deva Vrata Devan.
Pitrin yanti pitrivrataha
Pitri Yanti Pitri Vrataha.
Bhutani yanti bhuteja
Bhutani Yanti Bhuteja.
Yanti madhyajinopi mam.
Yanti Mat Yaji no Pimam. Translation. Those who worship the demigods will take birth among the demigods. Those who worship the ancestors go to the ancestors. Those who worship ghosts and spirits will take birth among such beings, and those who worship me will live with me. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Aditi Lata Mataji and Arunita. Not ready? Inba Inia, Jai Ganesh Prabhu and Jai Shri Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Yanti Devavrata Devan Pitrin Yanti Pitravrata Bhutani Yanti Bhuteja Yanti Madhyajino Pimam. Those who worship the demigods will take birth among the demigods. Those who worship the ancestors go to the ancestors. Those who worship ghosts and spirits will take birth among such beings. And those who worship me will live with me. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Inia.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Dandavad Pranam. All goes to Srila Prabhupada.
Dandavad Pranam Prabhuji. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Yanti Deva Vrata Devan Pitram Yanti Pitravrataha Bhutani Yanti Bhuteja Yanti Madhyajino Pimam. Translation. All goes to Srila Prabhupada. Those who worship the demigods will take part among the demigods. Those who worship the ancestors go to the ancestors. Those who worship ghosts and spirits will take part among such beings. And those who worship me will live with me. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Inia.
Yanti Deva Vratan Devan Pitrin Yanti Pitravrata Bhutani Yanti Bhuteja Yanti Madhyagno Pyajino Pimam. Those who worship the demigods will take birth among the demigods. Those who worship the ancestors go to the ancestors. Those who worship ghosts and spirits will take birth among such beings. And those who worship me will live with me.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Dandavad Pranam. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Dandavad Pranam Mataji. Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Yanti Deva Vrata Devan Prityanti Pitrinyanti Pitrvrataha Bhutani Yanti Bhuteja Yanti Mad Yajnopi
Yajinopi Mam.
Yajinopi Mam. Those who worship the demigods will take birth among the demigods. Those who worship the ancestors go to the ancestors. Those who worship ghosts and spirits will take birth among such beings. And those who worship me will live with me. Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji. Madhava, Rasapriya.
Yanti Deva Vrata Devan Pitrin Yanti Pitravrataha Bhutani Yanti Bhuteja Yanti Madhyajino Pimam. Those who worship the demigods will take birth among the demigods. Those who worship the ancestors will take birth among the ancestors.
We'll go to the ancestors.
Will go to the ancestors. Those who worship ghosts and spirits will take birth among such beings. And those who worship me will live with me.
Yeah. Rasapriya.
Yanti Deva Vratan Devan Pitrin Yanti Pitravrata Bhutani Yanti Bhuteja Yanti Madhyajino Pimam. Those who worship the demigods will take birth among the demigods. Those who worship the ancestors will go to the ancestors. Those who worship ghosts and spirits will take birth among such beings. And those who worship me will live with me.
Yeah. Okay. Next. Kalpesh Prabhu and Sonia Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Please accept my humble obeisances, Prabhuji. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Yanti Deva Vratan Devan Pitra Yanti Pitravrata Bhutani Yanti Bhuteja Yanti Madhyajino Pimam. Translation. Those who worship the demigods will take birth among the demigods. Those who worship the ancestors go to the ancestors. Those who worship ghosts and spirits will take such beings. And those who worship me will live with me. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Sonia Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavat Pranam Mataji. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Yes, Mataji.
Yanti Deva Vrata Devam Pitrun Yanti Pitravrata Bhutani Yanti Bhutecha Yanti Madhyajino Pimam. Translation: those who worship the demigods will take birth among the demigods. Those who worship the ancestors go to the ancestors. Those who worship ghosts and spirits will take birth among such beings, and those who worship me will live with me. Hare
Yes.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. Lokesh? Not ready?
Hare Krishna Mataji. Dandavat Pranam. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Jai Guru Maharaj.
Dandavat Pranam Mataji. Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Yanti deva vrata devan pitran yanti pitravratav bhutani yanti bhutecha yanti madhyajino bhimam. Those who worship the demigods will take birth among the demigods. Those who worship the ancestors go to the ancestors. Those who worship ghosts and spirit will take birth among such beings, and those who worship me will live with me. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you. Lokesh and Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Yanti Deva Vrata Devan Pitran Yanti Pitravrataha Bhutani Yanti Bhuteja Yanti Madhyani no
Yaji no Pimam.
Yanti Madhyajino Pimam. Those who worship the demigods take birth among the demigods. Those who worship the ancestors go to the ancestors. Those who worship ghosts and spirits will take birth among such beings, and those who worship me will live with me. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhu is not available.
Not okay. Usha Mataji and Medha.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranams, all praise to Srila Prabhupada, all praise to the assembled devotees.
Dandavat Pranam Mataji. Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Yanti Deva Vrata Devan Pitran Yanti Pitravrata Bhutani Yanti Bhutecha Yanti Madhyajno Pimam. Translation: those who worship the demigods will take birth among the demigods. Those who worship the ancestors go to the ancestors. Those who worship ghosts and spirits will take birth among such beings, and those who worship me will live with me. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you. Medha.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Yanti Deva Vrata Devan Pitrin Yanti Pitravataha Bhutani Yanti Bhuteja Yanti Madhyajino Pimam. Translation: those who worship the demigods will take birth among the demigods. Those who worship the ancestors go to the ancestors. Those who worship ghosts and spirits will take birth among such beings, and those who worship me will live with me.
Yeah. Priyanka Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Please accept my humble obeisances. Mataji.
Yanti Devavrata Devan Pitrin Yanti Pitravrataha Bhutani Yanti Bhuteja Yanti Madhyajino Pimam. Those who worship the demigods will take birth among the demigods. Those who worship the ancestors go to the ancestors. Those who worship ghosts and spirits take birth among such beings. Those who worship me will live with me.
Yes. Saujanya Mataji and Pragya. Not ready? Suvarnangi Mataji. Suhrit Spurti. Shivkumar Prabhu. Dandavat Pranam Mataji. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Yanti Deva Vrata Devan Pitran Yanti Pitravrataha Bhutani Bhuteja Yanti Madhyajino Pimam. Those who worship the demigods take birth among the demigods. Those who worship
The ancestors.
Ancestors. Yeah. Those who worship the ancestors go to the ancestors, and those who worship the ghost and spirit take birth among such beings, and those who worship me will live with me.
Yes, Mataji.
Mataji, others are not here. Mataji.
No problem. Okay.
Hare
Hare Krishna. Saujanya Mataji and Pragnya are ready. Aditi Lata Mataji, Arunita. Anyone is ready? Okay, I'll recite Bhagavad Gita 9:25. Yanti deva vrata devan pitrin yanti pitrivrataha bhutani yanti bhuteja yanti madhyajinopi mam. Those who worship the demigods take birth among the demigods. Those who worship the ancestors go to the ancestors. Those who worship ghosts and spirits will take birth among such beings, and those who worship me will live with me. Aditi Lata Mataji and Arunita, please go ahead.
Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Yanti deva vrata devin pitrin yanti pitrataha bhutani yanti bhuteja yanti madhyajinopi. Translation. Those who worship the demigods will take birth among the demigods. Those who worship the ancestors will
Go to the ancestors.
go to the ancestors. Those who worship ghosts and spirits will take birth among such beings, and those who worship me will live with me.
Yes, Hare Krishna. Mataji is not ready? Okay, last call. Saujanya Mataji, Pragnya. Okay, so we'll begin Srimad Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 8, Chapter 20. Bali Maharaj surrenders the universe to Vamandev. So we saw that Bali Maharaj told Shukracharya that I must offer everything to this Brahmana. If he is Lord Vishnu, as you are saying, no, first he said, even if it is Lord Vishnu, you are saying that this Brahmana is Lord Vishnu. Just see, if he is Lord Vishnu, out of fear of me, he has disguised himself in the form of a Brahmana. That means he has stooped so low, like he's come below his level out of fear of me, and he's begging in front of me. So then in that case, what should I do? I should still stick to my dharma. He already gave all reasons before that in this life, one should only strive for reputation, because that is what is going to remain with you even after you give up this body. But so for that I should give charity, right? You'll be known as a very charitable person who never refused a Brahmana, who was truthful, like that. So I must give, even if this person happens to be Lord Vishnu, still I should give, and even if he's going to kill me, still I should give him. Right? That was his thing, his point. That although, see text 12, although he is Lord Vishnu himself, out of fear he has covered himself in the form of a Brahmana to come to me begging. Under the circumstances, because he has assumed the form of a Brahmana. The point is, he's come as a Brahmana. So even though he's not actually Brahmana, but he's in the dress of a Brahmana. And the religious principle is, a Brahmana should not be refused charity. So I must give him, even if it's just a disguise. Actually, he's my enemy, he's come to kill me. But because he's come as a Brahmana, I must give him. But in the purport, what does Srila Prabhupada say? That Bali Maharaj is giving to the Lord, isn't it? He's not concerned of the Brahmana or anything. He's actually, if Bali Maharaj has come to ask, then if Lord Vishnu had come in his original form to ask Bali Maharaj, would Bali Maharaj refuse? He would not refuse, he would give. So the Lord's coming in disguise as a Brahmana, it's just to relish rasa with his devotee, like that. That's the point. Not that he actually came out of fear, but this is the argument he's putting forward in front of his guru. Then text 13, if this Brahmana is actually Lord Vishnu, then would he actually give up his position, right? Would he actually sacrifice his reputation as Lord Vishnu to come here like this? If he's actually Lord Vishnu, he would come and fight with me. You know, like a warrior, he would come and fight with me. And then in that fight, either he would kill me or he would be killed himself. That means this is the spirit of a Kshatriya, right? A warrior. And Lord Vishnu is the master of everyone. He is in such an exalted position. If he's actually Vishnu and if he's my enemy, see, Lord Vishnu is all powerful, isn't it? Lord Vishnu, does he have to come and beg? If his purpose is to defeat the enemy, if his purpose is to defeat Bali Maharaj and get the kingdom back, why does he have to come and beg as a Brahmana? He's so powerful, he could just come and fight with me and defeat me and take everything back. Or he would fight with me and he would get killed himself. So there, that point is, there's no question of Lord Vishnu getting killed. Nobody can kill Lord Vishnu. So we discussed that already. So his point, what he's saying is that either I would be killed by him or he will enter into my heart. He will enter and reside in my heart. That's what Bali Maharaj was trying to say. And then what else? Then how did Shukracharya react to this? When Shukracharya saw that this Bali, his disciple, is going against his instructions. He's actually rejecting, disobeying him. Then Shukracharya, being inspired by the Lord, cursed Bali. And what is the nature of Bali? He's a very truthful, for the purpose of dharma, he's disobeying the spiritual master. Still, the spiritual master wants to curse him. Why he wants to curse him? Because he's inspired by the Lord. How did Srila Prabhupada explain that? The Lord inspires a devotee in bhakti, how to come closer to him. But that inspiration he gives only to a devotee. Shukracharya is not a devotee. So Srila Prabhupada quoted, Tesham satata yuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam dadami buddhi yogam tam. I will give intelligence to that person who is always striving, who wants to be a devotee. Shukracharya is not a devotee. He is just a Brahmana but performing ritualistic karma kanda, sacrifices. So therefore Krishna inspired him according to his desire. He wanted some material wealth. He was concerned about his maintenance, so on and so forth. So as Paramatma, the Lord inspires everyone as whatever they want, that's how he will facilitate. So that's why by the inspiration of the Lord, Shukracharya cursed Bali Maharaj. Then what did he say? Like Ashwachan Anvashwachastam type of verse. He's saying, you have no knowledge, but still you're talking like a very learned person. And although you have no knowledge, you're so puffed up that you dare to disobey your spiritual master. Because of disobeying me, you will actually lose all your opulence. This is Shukracharya's curse. And how do the Acharyas explain? How can a pure devotee be bereft of all opulences? For the sake of the Supreme Lord, if he is risking everything, can he ever lose all his opulences? Whatever opulences one gets by devotional service, they are eternal, they are transcendental, they are not material. But any opulences one gets by his material piety, that is temporary, it's inauspicious. But opulence that one gets by devotional service is eternal, it is transcendental. So it is not possible that Bali Maharaj will become bereft of his opulence as Shukracharya is cursing him. Now we'll continue. Text 16. Inba should read. Evam shaptah swaguruna satyanna chalito mahan Vamanaya dadavenam architvodaka purvakam. Yes, in Inba.
Sukadeva Goswami continued, even after being cursed in this way by his own spiritual master, Bali Maharaj, being a great personality, never deviated from his determination. Therefore, according to custom, he first offered water to Vamandev and then offered him the gift of land he had promised.
Yes. So Bali Maharaj was Ekeha Kurunandana, right? So his focus is Vyavasayatmika Buddhi Ekeha Kurunandana. Bahushaka Hyanantascha Buddhayo Avyavasayana. So his spiritual master cursed him, and he's disobeying the spiritual master in the first place. That itself is a big reason to be disturbed, isn't it? Oh, I'm disobeying the spiritual master. Is this okay or not? No? There's no doubts in his mind. This is I must offer everything to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. There's no doubt about it, no matter what. That's his determination. He got cursed by his spiritual master. Still, he just went on with what he was doing. So what did he do? Practically, physically, even after being cursed in this way by his own spiritual master, Bali Maharaj, being a great personality, never deviated from his determination. He didn't budge even an inch from his determination. According to custom, he first offered water to Vamandev and then offered him the gift of land he had promised. So he completed that. Earlier he had said it verbally. Now he actually made that donation by offering water to Vamandev. Next. And they chant the mantra saying that, yes, now I'm offering you this land, like that. Vindhyavalistadagatya patni jalaka malini aninye kalasham haimam avene janyapambritam. Translation. Inia.
Bali Maharaj's wife, known as Vindhyavali, who was decorated with a necklace of pearls, immediately came and had a large golden water pot brought there, full of water with which to worship the Lord by washing his feet.
Yeah. So after this, I mean, when Vamandev first came, Bali Maharaj had already washed his feet and all that, right? That was a reception. So this is the procedure of giving charity. So after he offered water, right, to Vamandev and he gave charity, right? So now he's worshipping the Brahmana for accepting the charity. That's how you offer charity to Brahmanas. Not that I am doing favor on you. Here, take, and now you be grateful. Like we see in the first canto, Shringi, what was his attitude? These Kshatriyas, they are like watchdogs at our doors, isn't it? That's what Shringi said. They are like crows that live on what we throw at them. Whatever remnants we throw at them, they just live by that. They are like watchdogs. What power do these watchdogs have? What authority do these watchdogs have to enter into the house, the master's house, and eat from the master's plate? Of course, that it is explained, that is the beginning of the degradation of Brahmanas, Shringi, right? When he started thinking like that. Why he started thinking like that? Because of the influence of the age of Kali. Okay. So here, that's not the case. So, but in reality, what is the fact? The fact is Brahmanas are the head, Kshatriyas are the arms. So Brahmanas are the ones that guide everyone else. They are the head. Everyone respects and honors the Brahmanas. So even when a charity is given to the Brahmanas, with what attitude it is given? Prithu Maharaj says, if all of you remember. He says, the king rules the whole country, but he cannot rule the Brahmanas. He cannot rule the Brahmanas. Yes, the king has this whole kingdom that he is ruling, right? So it's like his jurisdiction. He gives protection. He levies taxes. and he gives them protection, but he cannot tax the Brahmanas. Why? Because actually the whole property belongs to the Brahmanas only. There in Prithu Maharaj's episode it is said. Everything belongs to the Brahmanas. So when the Brahmanas go to beg from somebody, it is not that he is begging and taking someone else's property. The Brahmana is not taking your property. He is coming and claiming his own property. That's why he's so this understanding is there in the Vedic culture. So therefore, even when somebody gives a donation to a Brahmana, these Kshatriyas, their consciousness is, oh, they feel honored, they feel grateful that I'm given this opportunity to, offer something like that. So Bali Maharaj offered the land. Of course, here the Brahmana is not just a Brahmana, it's the Supreme Lord. But in any case, after offering the Lord land, like chanting the mantra, now they're washing the Lord's feet, lotus feet. So his wife, Vindhyavali, she brought a jug or a golden water pot full of water in order to worship the lotus feet of the Lord. So Vindhyavali, she is decorated with a necklace of pearls, and immediately she came and had a large golden water pot brought there full of water with which to worship the Lord by washing his feet. Yajamanah swayam tasya श्रीमत्पादयुगं मुदा अवनिज्यावहं मूर्ध्नि tad apo vishwapavani. Jai Shri Mataji. Or is it Inia? I forget. Who's supposed to read? Yeah.
Bali Maharaja, the worshipper of Lord Vamanadeva, jubilantly washed the Lord's lotus feet and then took the water on his head. For that water delivers the entire universe.
Yes. So when Vindhyavali brought the water, Bali Maharaj washed the lotuses. So she was pouring the water. Bali Maharaj was washing the lotus feet, Abhishek of the lotus feet of the Lord. And then that water, the foot wash, he sprinkled on his head. And this water delivers the entire universe. Next. Tada Surendram Divi Devata Gana Gandharva Vidyadhara Siddha Charana Tat Karma Sarvepi Grinanta Arjavam Prasuna Varshair Vavrishur Mudanvitaha. Okay, next. Isha, Krishna, Shish, Madhava, Rasapriya, whoever is there.
At that time, the residents of the higher planetary system, namely the demigods, the Gandharvas, the Vidyadharas, the Siddhas, and the Charanas, all being very pleased by Bali Maharaj's simple, non-duplicitous act, praised his qualities and showered upon him millions of flowers.
Yes. So this is such a glorious thing. I mean, if it were not approved by great personalities, they would have condemned him for disobeying the spiritual master. That's a very sinful act. To disobey, it's offensive to disobey the spiritual master. Bali Maharaj disobeyed the spiritual master, went on with his act, and he washed the lotus feet. He accepted the punishment, and he just went on, offered everything. Seeing this, all the denizens, all the demigods, the Vidyadharas, and all the other celestial beings, they showered flowers on Bali Maharaj, appreciating his non-duplicitous, non-duplicitous act. What is duplicitous? Duplicitous means hypocritical, right? So being something in the front and something else in the back, which is the qualification of the people of Kali Yuga, being duplicitous. But Bali Maharaj was the same. So not that, oh, now there is some difficulty, I will become poverty stricken, so now I will change my word. Right? When everything is favorable, then I will accept. If things are not favorable, now I don't accept. That's duplicitous, right? Non-duplicitous means whether happiness or distress, whether victory or defeat, whether loss or gain. This is also called integrity, right? Living by the principle, dharma, under all circumstances. That's called integrity, living by with integrity or being non-duplicitous. Bali Maharaj was like that. Even at the risk of not just becoming poor but displeasing the spiritual master, he stuck with his dharma, and in this case he was offering it to the Supreme Lord. It's not just material dharma, this is actually a bhakti for the sake of offering everything to the Lord. He took all risks. So all the siddhas, charanas, vidyadharas, gandharvas, demigods, they were very pleased with Bali Maharaj. It's not easy, isn't it? It's not easy. What he did is not easy for an ordinary person. So even what to speak of human beings, even the demigods, they they appreciated it so much. And they praised his qualities and showered millions of flowers upon him, millions of flowers. Purport. Okay. Madhava read, so Rasapriya. Arjavam.
Arjavam, simplicity or freedom from duplicity, is the qualification of a Brahmana and a Vaishnava. A Vaishnava automatically acquires all the qualities of a Brahmana.
Yasyasti bhaktir bhagavatya kinchana sarvairgunais samasate sura. Bhagavatam 5:18-12.
The Vaishnavas should possess the Brahmanical qualities such as Satya, Sama, Dhamma, Titiksa, and Arjava. There cannot be any duplicity in the character of a Vaishnava. When Bali Maharaj acted with unflinching faith and devotion into the lotus feet of Lord Vishnu, this was very much appreciated by all the residents of the higher planetary systems.
Yeah. So Arjavam. Arjavam means simplicity. Yes. Non-duplicitous is Arjavam. And this is the quality of a Vaishnava. Simplicity. In other words, simplicity means straightforwardness, being straightforward. Yeah. No, double dealing is not there. You're same. Whatever you are in the front, that's what you are behind. That's the quality of a simplicity, is the quality of a Brahmana. Simplicity is not just wearing simple clothes, simplicity or eating simple, that's there, but in one's dealings, right? So being free from duplicity, that is simplicity. That's the quality of a Brahmana, and Vaishnava is even superior to Brahmana. Yes. So Vaishnava should possess the Brahmanical qualities such as Satya, Shama, Dhamma, Titiksha, Arjava. So one devotee had asked me, so these qualities, it is said that we are supposed to get these qualities, like people are observing these qualities, right? In the society, they don't, outside, they don't see how many rounds you're chanting or whether you're doing Nirjala Ekadasi or not. They're not concerned with that. What they are concerned with is your qualities, right? What qualities you have developed. It's true. It's true. So what should we do as devotees? That's the question. So what should we do as devotees? Should we try to cultivate these qualities? Is it more important to cultivate these qualities, or is it more important to just do, chanting, so on and so forth? So I think I told you before, Srila Jiva Goswami explains Kanishta, Madhyama and Uttama Adhikari. Did I tell you this about the qualities before? Kanishta Adhikari, he will try to get these qualities. He'll try to cultivate these qualities. And he will do a little bit of devotional service. That means he actually tries to cultivate these qualities by other means also, maybe by doing yoga or this, different means. He'll try to cultivate these qualities. But he is considered as a Kanishta. Second, Madhyama is he who puts all his energy in surrendering his life to Krishna. He surrendered to Krishna. That means he's not so concerned about what people are thinking of him, what his qualities are or not. He's only concerned about rendering devotional service to Krishna. And Uttama Adhikari is he who, by dint of rendering devotional service, because of devotional service, he develops all these good qualities come in a devotee. That is what this verse is saying here in Srimad Bhagavatam. See, Yasyasti bhaktir bhagavatya kinchana sarvair gunais tatra samasate sura. That means one who is doing akinchana bhakti. What is akinchana bhakti? Akinchana means pure devotional service, ananya bhakti. Anyone who does akinchana bhakti, all the good qualities of all the demigods automatically come in him. You understand? So, when somebody does akinchana bhakti, the good qualities come by dint of his bhakti, they will come. And anything which is coming by bhakti is eternal, it is transcendental, it is not material. But somebody, even if he is not a devotee, outside also, when someone has such good qualities, sometimes devotees also say this, that devotees means us, right? Amongst we talk, we think that, oh, looks like the karmi people are better than devotees. On one hand, they chant and they do all this, but they also do, they don't have mercy, or they don't have, they're so what else, cheating, lying, like this. Of course, we should not do these things. For personally, we should certainly, if somebody, think about it, if somebody surrendered to the Supreme Lord, why will he lie? Why will he cheat? Think about it. It is said that he is not separately trying to cultivate these qualities. But why will he even, his whole focus, whole attention is on serving the Supreme Lord. But still, he may not have developed all these qualities. It's just like when you're dirty, you get into the shower, right? As soon as you turn on the water, are you completely clean? No, you have to clean your body, right? But the fact that you're standing in the shower means your body is getting cleaned. Once you come out of the shower, you'll be clean. So similarly, you enter into Ananya Bhakti, you start your bhajan, means the cleansing process has started. But just because it has started, it doesn't mean now I have all the good qualities. No, you will still see. Up to the stage of Anartha Nivritti, you will still see these qualities. But the question here is, who is better? Someone who's doing Ananya Bhakti is better, or someone who has all these qualities, who's merciful, who's kind, who's charitable, who's truthful, but he's not doing Ananya Bhakti? Is he better? Or someone who's doing Ananya Bhakti and who has not yet developed these qualities, who's better? Acharyas are saying someone who's doing Ananya Bhakti is better. Why? Because by that Ananya Bhakti, the qualities will come. It's just a matter of time. They will come. So you should put your energy in trying to become more and more surrendered to Krishna. Do more and more devotional service. That devotional service will give you all good qualities. It is true that outside people will recognize these qualities more, but we don't have any separate path to get those qualities. For us, everything comes from bhakti only. But at the same time, we can recognize that I am not advanced, right? When I see these qualities in me, it should make me humble. Oh, I am not an Uttama Bhakta. I am not an advanced devotee. I still have all these faults. I have long ways to go. That will make me humble. It's good to know, isn't it? But we don't try to artificially, we can pray to Krishna, of course, why not? Anything we want, we pray to Krishna only. So if my preaching is being affected because of my base qualities, right? I have not developed the good qualities yet. I still have these base qualities. What do? I pray to Krishna. Krishna, please purify me so that I can do this service better. I can be a better example so that I can preach your message, isn't it? So yes, it is on one hand, yes, people appreciate these qualities, but for devotees, we depend on Krishna for those qualities also. Kalpesh Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Mataji. So maybe this is a question, and I was thinking like because people will judge you based on your behavior, not what really in the background what is happening in the devotional service.
Mm.
So can you take that as a feedback because the ultimate goal of we have to go to the Uttam Bhakti.
Bhakti. Yeah.
So in that we see par dukhe dukhi, right? And that is a compassion we should have. And generally bhakti will only comes from the association and and uh, and to be an example of like a behavior when somebody is in the path of bhakti, that bhakti is not that terrible thing to do, that because people don't have that understanding and reputation, so therefore they are not doing it. Otherwise, if they understand, like see the product which comes out of from the bhakti,
Yeah.
I don't doubt in this world that anybody would not really go for it.
Yes.
They go for it, but to be there, they have to be seeing that, okay, because whatever we are seeing in this current times and the degradations which has occurred, because we have seen some terrible and bad examples, fights between too many religious groups and so many beliefs, and those all kind of etc things. So if you can throw some information on like, okay, when we are associating with non-devotees and, and we are doing it, because I have faced certain challenges in my personal life when we are doing bhakti, so they will also observe our behavior, and if
Yes.
not something, then they will not take it. They think, oh, this big, because they are doing bhakti means they are not something.
Yeah. Correct. So certainly we have to take responsibility for our behavior. We cannot say, well, I don't care for the world because I'm doing Ananya Bhakti. That's there, but part of it, especially, we are a preaching movement. We are a preaching movement. So we go out and we tell people about Krishna consciousness, and they're watching, they're observing us, our behavior. So we must take responsibility for, see, the thing is, things which you can change, you should change. Things which are beyond your capacity, which you're not able to change, for that we depend on Krishna. We wait. Yes. So simple things like, being polite, we can do that. We don't have to be rude, right? Being sensitive, being polite. We cannot say, oh, that's my nature, so I'm just rude, or I'm right, so I'm going to be rude. So things like that, especially when we, of course, nature habits are hard to go. So sometimes, because of all this is coming because of anarthas, offenses, so therefore association is very important. Association is important. When we associate with those devotees who have these qualities, they kind of get rubbed onto us. So therefore we should associate. Association is not just being in the physical presence. Association is also through Vani, hearing. So we should make it a point to hear from advanced devotees whenever possible. We can hear from Srila Prabhupada, we can hear from gurus, we can hear from very, sincere devotees. And then by that association, we can imbibe those qualities. And these qualities can actually help us in our preaching. But yes, so there's two things here. One thing is observing ourselves, and the second thing is judging others. So if you come across a situation where another devotee is being judged by the karmis, whose side will you take? You should take the side of the devotee. Right? You should take the side of the devotee. And yes, if it is the devotee's fault, you must tell the devotee in private, certainly, maybe you could improve this because this is actually having a bad impact on our preaching. Like that. But we don't support, because from the philosophy we understand who's Kanishta and who's higher, who's superior, somebody who has actually dedicated his life. So basically we have to look at the consciousness of the person. It's not just about externally, somebody has labeled himself as a devotee, but he's very careless, not caring for devotional service. And someone else who's just newly coming to Krishna consciousness, he doesn't know much, but he's sincere. So you have to judge there, seeing the consciousness of the person. And someone who is, yes, no problem, Lokesh. Someone who's outright, karmi, meat eater, right? And is simply coming to challenge devotees, you're this, you're that. We don't have to support them. So we use our, discrimination and according to the circumstance. But personally, yes, we must take responsibility for our behavior. And if I'm in the position of a leader, if I have devotees who are under me, then I must also correct those who are under me. Just because Krishna is in the center, Krishna's mission is in the center. That should be our goal. Whatever is good for Krishna's movement, we should do that. So if there are devotees who are under me, certainly I should correct them so that it's good for them, it's good for the mission. And someone who's superior to me and it's not my position to correct such a person, then I cannot judge. I can learn a lesson. I should not do that mistake. Somehow Krishna is revealing it to me that if you act like that, it's going to have a negative impact. So I'm there learning a lesson. I should not do that mistake. That much we can do. Like that. Yes, Prabhuji? Thank you. Yeah. Okay. All right. So next, so we can do our regular timing today because my class is over, the other class. Okay, a Vaishnava should possess Brahminical qualities. So that's about Brahminical qualities. Yeah. There cannot be any duplicity in the character of a Vaishnava. This, you see, willingly, even after noticing that I have a quality like this, I shouldn't just ignore it. We should not ignore it, because the more we practice devotional service, when we chant, when we associate, our base qualities will come out. In the association of devotees, they will come out. And when you notice, what should you do? Then you take shelter of the Lord more. By taking shelter of the Lord, by surrendering to the Lord, you will actually be developing those qualities. Those bad things will go away. The two characteristic features are Kleshagni and Shubhada. Right? When you're doing sadhana bhakti, Kleshagni and Shubhada are happening. That means Shubhada means all auspicious qualities are coming and all your miseries are going away. So this will happen by practicing bhakti. So it's not that we are completely careless, but we understand that these qualities can only be developed by Krishna consciousness. Like that. So when Bali Maharaj acted with unflinching faith and devotion unto the lotus feet of Lord Vishnu, this was very much appreciated by all the residents of the higher planetary system. Bali Maharaj actually had this quality. That means that also tells us, and why he is doing it? For the sake of the Lord. So he got this quality because of his devotional service. This is a transcendental quality. Therefore, it's being appreciated by everyone. Okay. So, who read just now? You did. Rasapriya read. Okay. Krishna Shish, are you going to read? I'll read the verse. नेदुर्मुहुर्दुन्दुभयः सहस्रशो गन्धर्व किं पूरुष किन्नराजगुः मनस्विनानेन कृतं सुदुष्करं विद्वानदाद्यद्रिपवे जगत्त्रयम्.
And they sang in great jubilation, declaring how exalted a person is Bali Maharaj and what a difficult task he has performed. Even though he knew that Lord Vishnu was on the side of his enemies, he nonetheless gave the Lord the entire three worlds in charity.
This is another point. Why are they glorifying him so much? Not just because he's offering everything to the Lord. That's one thing, right? the Lord is very merciful to you. You're experiencing His love and you're offering everything to the Lord. Here, the Lord has come from the enemy's side. He's come on the enemy as an enemy to take everything away from Bali Maharaj. Still, Bali Maharaj is offering him everything, knowing that he's on the enemy's side. This is an amazing quality. This is what is being glorified by all the devotees. I mean, all the celestials. Gandharvas, Kimpurushas, Kinnaras, thousands and thousands. They're playing thousands and thousands of kettle drums. Can you imagine? They are so jubilant. My God, such a great quality. They're playing thousands and thousands of kettle drums, trumpets again and again. And they're singing in great jubilation. And what are they saying? How exalted a person is Bali Maharaj. What a difficult task he has performed. Even though he knew that Lord Vishnu was on the side of his enemies, he nonetheless gave the Lord the entire 3 worlds in charity. Yeah. So why it is said 3 worlds? Vamandev only asked for 3 steps. But Shukracharya said Vamandev is Lord Vishnu and he's going to take everything from you. He's going to take all 3 worlds from you. So knowingly, Bali Maharaj gave all 3 worlds to Vamandev, knowing that he's coming from the enemies and he's going to take everything away from me. Still he did it. That's why he is exalted. So now we will read Bhagavad Gita and Srila Prabhupada's Leelamrita. And tomorrow we will begin with Usha Mataji, Medha. Okay. So let's read Bhagavad Gita. Did I bookmark? I forget. 1 second. I did. Okay. Srimad Bhagavad Gita as it is. We didn't read for a while, so it went down. Srimad Bhagavad Gita as it is, chapter 18, text 33. Please repeat. Dhrityaya dharayate manah pranendriya kriyaha yogena vyabhicharinya dhriti sa partha satviki. O son of Pritha, that determination which is unbreakable, which is sustained with steadfastness by yoga practice, and which thus controls the activities of the mind, life, and senses, is determination in the mode of goodness. Yes, determination in the mode of goodness. So we are seeing what is determination and goodness, passion and ignorance. What is determination in the mode of goodness? That determination which is unbreakable. Not like we make resolutions and then the next day we are not able to keep it. That's not determination in the mode of goodness. Determination means I will promise in front of the deity that I will chant 16 rounds every day. I will not break these 4 regulative principles. I will follow them. No meat eating, no intoxication, no gambling, no illicit sex, and whatever other vows you take. So when you're determined to keep them, it is unbreakable. Who is the example? The Goswamis are given as an example. They were not chanting 16 rounds. They were chanting 2 lakh names of the Lord every day. Haridas Thakur was chanting 192 rounds every single day. And before completing his rounds, he wouldn't drink a drop of water, eat or sleep. For us, if we did with full concentration, it will take us 24 hours to chant 192 rounds. And by the time I complete 192, it's next day, so I have to start again. So all we would be doing is only chanting, no eating, sleeping, going to the bathroom, nothing. If we were to chant 192 rounds. But of course, first of all, we won't be able to chant, because to be able to chant that many rounds, you should have that type of concentration also, right? Completely, the mind is not going here and there. And then you can even chant at a faster, your chanting takes a little lesser time. So he was doing everything, and it's not like he did it only on Ekadasis or only on Janmashtami or Gaur Purnima. Sometimes we may attempt to chant 64 rounds on special days like that. And that's a big achievement for us. If we do 64 rounds on one day, we are like, wow, I've achieved something. Every single day, it's unimaginable, inconceivable for us. Every single day for all his life until, and when he was not able to complete 192 rounds because of old age, he's thinking, I'm in a spiritually diseased condition. I don't have a right to eat. He stopped eating because he didn't fulfill his vow, no eating, and he was ready to give up his body. He gave up his body in the presence of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. This is called determination. Of course, this determination, it's not even in the mode of goodness. This is transcendental. But when we talked about determination, unbreakable determination, I just remembered Haridas Thakur, even the Goswamis, they would offer thousands of obeisances every day in front of the deity, thousands of obeisances to devotees every day as a rule, their regulation every single day. Sanatan Goswami would do parikrama of whole Govardhan every single day, walking. Every day he would do. Even in his old age, when he was not able to do, it was not possible for us. Finally, the Lord appeared, and he said, Sanatan Goswami, you don't have to do it. It's not required. So then the Lord came there as small Govardhan, and he said, like he was standing there on a rock, his footprints were there on that. And he said, you simply do parikrama of this, it's as good as doing parikrama of Govardhan. The Lord personally had to come and tell him. Don't. Same with Haridas Thakur. The Lord said, you chanted so much, you don't have to chant anymore. But still, devotees, they don't want to stop. This is unbreakable determination. So determination in the mode of goodness means that determination which is unbreakable. And then how do you sustain this determination? How can you keep going? How can you keep it like that, unbreakable? It is sustained with steadfastness by yoga practice. So it's not that mentally I decide. That's why people are not able to keep their promises, their determination, because it is not supported, it's not backed up by yoga practice. What is yoga practice? Yoga means connecting with the Supreme. The practice, it is authentic, it is given by the Lord. When you follow it as it is, even the morning program that Srila Prabhupada has given us, anything that Srila Prabhupada has given us, when we follow that procedure carries so much empowerment because it's the order coming from the spiritual master. It is carrying that potency. It's not by our power that we are able to maintain it. All we have is we have that desire, that intention that I must follow the order of the spiritual master. And when we do it with that intention, we try, that determination comes, that empowerment comes. So therefore, your determination must be backed up by yoga practice. Yoga practice, please don't take it as, yoga as people know in the world today, sitting postures. No, yoga means what? Srila Prabhupada is explaining in the purport what is yoga. So determination which is sustained by yoga practice and which thus controls the activities of the mind, life and senses in determination in the mode of goodness. Yeah. So when you're doing this yoga, then your mind is controlled, your senses are controlled, your whole life is controlled, right? And this such determination is called in the mode of goodness. So what is determination in the mode of goodness? Determination which is unbreakable and which is supported by yoga practice. Purport? Yes, Mataji. 1 second. I'll read the purport and then. Yoga is a means to understand the Supreme Soul. One who is steadily fixed in the Supreme Soul with determination, concentrating one's mind, life, and sensory activities on the Supreme, engages in Krishna consciousness. That sort of determination is in the mode of goodness. The word avyabhicharinya is very significant, for it indicates that persons who are engaged in Krishna consciousness are never deviated by any other activity. This is another important point. Srila Prabhupada gave us pure Krishna consciousness. What is pure devotional service? Jnana karmadi anavritam. Your bhakti is not interrupted by any other activity. Like earlier also we were discussing that to get these qualities, you don't take shelter of any other process. You don't take shelter of some yoga or some karma or some jnana. No. You only keep doing bhakti. So, yes, Mataji. Usha Mataji raised your hand.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Sorry to interrupt, Mataji. Just before I leave, I wanted to welcome everyone tomorrow to satsang to my home, Mataji. Please, everyone come with family and friends. And we did share the address. If you have any questions, please text me, Mataji. Thank you.
Sure. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Okay. So, let's also read Srila Prabhupada's Leela Amrita. This is for tomorrow. This verse is for tomorrow. Okay. Yeah, Leela Amrita also we didn't read for a while. Srila Prabhupada Leela Amrita. I'll just start reading and then we'll figure out where we stopped. As he approached the first verses of Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhaktivedanta Swami became absorbed in the Bhagavatam's purpose. So Srila Prabhupada is translating Bhagavatam in Delhi. He's staying in this person's house, remember? The verse is stressed that the Bhagavatam alone could save society from the evil influences of the age of Kali. Srimad Bhagavatam's recommendation for this age was simply to hear from the pure devotees about the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna. The setting of the Bhagavatam, so Srila Prabhupada is now translating. So first is the introduction, and then we also saw how he gives the life of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and then he begins the translation of the actual text. The setting of the Bhagavatam was a gathering of sages at Naimisharanya about 5,000 years ago at the dawn of the present age of Kali. Foreseeing the degradation of humanity, the sages asked the senior member of the assembly, Suta Goswami, now that Lord Krishna, the shelter of all religious principles, has returned to his spiritual abode, where are religious principles to be found? Suta's answer was that the epic Srimad Bhagavatam, which is as brilliant as the sun, was a literary incarnation of God and would give direction to persons lost in the dense darkness of Kali Yuga. Srimad Bhagavatam is as brilliant as the sun and is a literary incarnation of God and would give direction to persons lost in the dense darkness of Kali Yuga. Just like it's night, let's say there's no electricity also, it's completely dark, right? So when the sun rises in the morning, now you're able to see everything. In the night, you're not able to see anything. But when the sun rises, you see. So Kali Yuga is compared to the night, darkness, where you cannot understand what is what. And the Srimad Bhagavatam is like the sun, which is showing light to the people in this age of Kali Yuga. In the beginning of Srimad Bhagavatam, Srila Vyasadeva, under the instruction of his spiritual master Narad Muni, sat down and entered a deep meditation. Who entered a deep meditation? Vyasadeva. In trance, he saw the Supreme Personality of Godhead, his energies, and the suffering souls of Kali Yuga. What did he see in his meditation? He saw the Lord, he saw Maya, and he saw the suffering souls. Okay. He also saw that the remedy for their suffering was pure devotional service. So he saw the Lord, he saw Maya, how she's attacking the souls, but he also saw the remedy, how these souls can be saved. The remedy is pure devotional service. With this vision and the instructions of his spiritual master as his inspiration, Vyasadeva set about to compile Srimad Bhagavatam to give the highest benefit to the suffering souls of Kali Yuga. So the Srimad Bhagavatam is nothing but every single word, every single shloka of Srimad Bhagavatam is simply talking about pure devotional service to Krishna. So therefore, if we simply hear Srimad Bhagavatam, if we are only hearing Srimad Bhagavatam all the time, then we are engaged in pure devotional service. So that is the gift of Vyasadeva for the people of Kali Yuga, because our qualification is Manda Sumanda Matayo Manda Bhagya Hyupadrutaha. we are lazy, we are unfortunate, and we are ill advised, we are short lived, we are quarrelsome, poor memory, right? And we are always disturbed. So, under these circumstances, what can save us? Srimad Bhagavatam. This is the gift of our acharyas. This is the gift of Narad Muni and Srila Vyasadev to the people of Kali Yuga. That's why he could clearly see the situation and he could see the remedy. And what is the remedy? Pure devotional service. And how he is giving that to us in the form of Srimad Bhagavatam. So with that, we will end here. Thank you all so much. All of you have a wonderful day in Krishna consciousness. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji.